Hello. I'm jumping on. I just feel like I have to have these little say out loud moments, especially towards the end of a trip, because, it's always good to reflect. Um, as you may know, if you guys have been following, I do a lot of solo traveling. Currently in Austin, so this trip is no different. I am here alone, and it's really interesting how this trip transpired to begin with. So I was coming out here on the basis that I was going to go to a concert, which is happening tomorrow night. Mind you, I've already seen this group perform this past July, um, but I just wanted that energy again. I was just like, let me just, before I close out traveling for the year, let me just end it with like some good energy and a good performance. Um, but in planning this trip to Austin, I got a little carried away. I'm like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Long story short, I winded up booking a room that I stayed in that I'm currently in. It is a non refundable room. I was getting ready to cancel this trip altogether. I was just like, I don't need to go. Like, I've already seen this group. I don't need to be spending more money. I need to be planning for, a really great trip that I'm going on next year. Like, I should really be prioritizing things. So, of course, all this week, early this week, middle of the week, even yesterday, I was just like, hit with regret, hit with regret. Like, why am I doing this? Well, today, obviously, there's been a shift. Um, One being that the band that I was supposed to see, I did not meet them in person. No, no, no. But I did see them just casually strolling the streets, one half of the group. So that was like, made me feel like, oh, and not only did I see them once, I saw that person twice. So I was just like, oh, joy. But I've also realized, like lately, as I've been traveling, especially going by myself, I just get struck with like, this loneliness. And I don't know if it's the timing of my body, not to be TMI, but I just always feel like lonely. And it was funny because last night I went to this hi-fi bar called the Equipment Room, and this other girl, her friend had left, so she took a spot next to me because there was an empty bar seat. So, we got to chatting a little bit, and I mentioned that I was out here in Austin because I'd never been, and she was just like, "Are you by yourself?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "Oh my God, like you are my hero. Like I want to travel alone. Like you're so confident." And when she's saying all these things, and yes, they are in fact very true to be confident to travel alone, but there's also that loneliness that you feel, like knowing that you don't have anybody to chat up, or you're maneuvering around the city by yourself. Um, I think if I knew people in set cities that I was going to, it would make a difference because at least you can hit them up and be like, hey, let's, grab dinner one night. And then, if the rest of this trip is by yourself, then it's like, it's fine. But I don't want to ramble on. I just want to know, this is just like not necessarily food for thought, but this is just, again, reflecting on my trips and, does anybody else feel this way? So I'm going to end it here because while I love the hotel I'm staying at, which I have shared already, and I'm so grateful that they extended my trip, or my room, I'm sorry, which, let's be real, they probably should have because I had no hot water, but it's okay. They were apologetic, so I'll take it. It's fine. It's humid out here anyway. I do want to get to exploring a little bit more. I have a few more hours left here in Austin, so I do want to just check out some more things because I'm going to head out to, I think it's called Blanton Art Museum. And then after that, I'm going to have lunch at Este. And then after that, I'm just gonna come here, probably refresh for a second. Vamos. So, yes, I know that was a ramble. So, thanks for listening.